Council meetings are long and boring. Wouldn't it be great if they were short and unboring? This is why I have invented the 5-minute meeting. There's an interlude, there's graphics, there's music. So much stuff. Okay, Ashland City Council meeting of December 6th. This one was not there. I hope she's fine. Who knows? Started off with a public forum. You know what? There was another 5G flash mob of like 30 people showed up. Good news, only 3 of them spoke. First of all, a shorter 5G lady said she wants 5G, a 5G free Ashland. And then the original 5G lady said in 2 weeks there's going to be a new 5G ordinance and it'll be up for vote. So don't delay and vote for sure this time because they keep not voting. And then the wool cap lady said she started getting migraines and her electrician told her it was probably 5G. And then the emergency shelter, you know, the city manager, Joe Lessard, he looks kind of like this. Joe Lessard says the Housing Commission put forward this policy resolution for activating the city's severe weather emergency shelter. And then one of our Housing and Human Services volunteers says, we looked at the other city models around the country and we know this need for the homeless will increase and we are building communication plans with Twitter and Nixle and for sending out these shelter notices, but we need more support. And the city actually didn't provide a copy of this resolution for any of the civilians in the audience or anyone in the community. So I read it later, and here's my gist, a summary of what this is. The Housing Commission said, the city needs to set a chain of command that informs nonprofit volunteers and the homeless when and where shelters are opening. And the city needs to dedicate one location only, please. And then a single city employee or city-paid nonprofit employee needs to be designated to coordinate this volunteer effort. And when it's 95 degrees or warmer, then cooling shelters should be open. And if the smoke index is 150 or higher, smoke relief shelters should be opened. And when it's 32 degrees or less, the overnight warming shelter should be open. Not that this was explained to anybody, but I'm just telling you all this is what that thing said. And then this one goes, hey, are you sure 32 degrees is the right temperature to trigger a shelter? And city manager Joe Lessard said, yes. This is dependent on available locations and of course volunteers. So just because I say it doesn't mean it's always going to happen, just by the way. And then this one added some comment to appear intelligent. And then the city housing person said, hey, this resolution combines the input from many stakeholders and input from our hearts and our heads. Oh, nice, right? And then this one goes, she goes, hey, you know what would be great? I look forward to a day where Ashland's marginalized people are cared for by the city and not just volunteers. That was nice. And then this one says, I move to accept this resolution, and they all agreed it was accepted. And then the city manager's report, city manager Joe Lessard said he was asking for pre-approval to make a contract with some future nonprofit to support the shelter volunteers and with a paid coordinator. So please, can I have up to $100,000, which is very nice. And then this one said something just to hear herself talk, and it was all approved. And then the consent agenda, 5 items were approved, whatever they were, but number 3 was pulled. Number 3 was pulled because this one says, hey, item 3 is that advisory committees are changing, but what exactly is going on there? City manager Joe Lessard said, hey, he talked in circles for a while actually, and said something about removing ordinances and standing committees, and he made everything really more confusing until this one goes, are you trying to say that the 7 new standing advisory committees that we've already approved and are already meeting are fine, but this item 3 just means that the original language in the city charter establishing the 10 commissions that we got rid of, those just need to be replaced, and that language needs to be replaced from the charter, and that was correct. So then it was approved. And then city manager's report continues. City manager Joe Lessard, gosh, he's killing it. Says Pioneer Hall is hosting an emergency shelter, and next week we are recognizing the city staff with a luncheon, and they appreciate the cost of living increases that we've given them. And then this guy goes, hey, with restaurant taxes not going to the city and the staff raises, the city's going to have $2 million less. What cuts or fees are you going to do? And he goes, I'll get back to you on that. I don't know exactly how that's going to go. And this one goes, hey, City Hall's been closed for so long. What's your plan for City Hall? That was a good question right there. And so city manager Joe Lessard said, we've relocated everybody out of City Hall and spread them all around the city. And there's only 4 people in the city hall right now, and I'm not sure we're going to do that building. Maybe the police were going to open a station on the first floor. Hey, remember? So there's presently no plan to reopen City Hall. And remember, like 2 years ago, when we all voted not to replace City Hall with a brand new building, we forgot to add, hey, oh, by the way, can you please repair it and not close it forever? Because that might be what's happening. And then this one goes, where is she? Oh, no, that's not her. This is the one. She says, hey, what's up with the council and mayor health insurance being canceled at the end of the month, even though it's been a benefit for over 60 years? And, new guy, City Attorney Doug McGreary, he looks a little bit like Smithers here. He says, he goes, me and that Lassard character, we just dug and dug through every word in the city charter, not really caring about the spirit of any ordinance or charter, but instead the exact letter of each law and interpreting the exact wording of everything in its most risk-averse, douchey lawyer kind of way. And technically, if the city manager, Joe Lassard, were to pay any of you health insurance premiums, somebody could sue the city. And this guy goes, hey, what's he say? He goes, hey, we just found out about this an hour before the meeting. I can't believe it. You do this and I might sue the city. There's more than cost savings going on. And here's where it went from tense to an all-out brawl. Let's get ready to rumble. That's right. I declare it was this guy who starts a fight. Okay? He goes, point of order. And then this one goes, she goes, so yeah, what's your point of order? And he goes, I don't like this guy to talk about that stuff anymore. And then the mayor goes, that's not what point of order is. So denied. And this one goes, I call double dog point of order and officially appeal. So this guy stops talking about this. And apparently double dog appeal means there's a vote. And so the vote was, we want this guy to stop talking because, is this 3 said, yeah, we hate that guy and he should shut up. And these 2 go, we like that guy and he should keep talking. And so that's 3-2 to shut up. And so this guy goes, hey, what does he say? He goes, this is bull shit. Sorry, kids. This is bullshit. And if I, an elected city councilor, can't talk about issues in this chamber, I'm walking. And he stood up. He was going to walk. And then all of a sudden, City Attorney Doug McGreary says, Chinese says, he goes, it's got to be a 2/3 majority to overturn this so the conversation can continue. And later I did double check the math, and 3/5 is less than 2/3, so he's legit true. So this guy sits back down, and then this guy sits back down, and he goes, anyway, I think it's a minuscule amount of budget savings, and the only reason this guy calls this guy up doesn't care is because his term's done in December. And so what does he care about that? And then, oh shoot, fight's not over. This one chimes in. Point of order. I think this was a mean thing to say. That's not point of order stuff. And then this guy goes, I can say what I want. And this one says, no, you can't. And this one says, yes, I can. And then this one had to go, everybody stop it. Quiet, knock it off. Don't make me a kindergarten teacher breaking up fights. And so, fight was over. Winner, nobody. Loser, Ashland's reputation again. The fight's over, back to the regular show. So this one says, so let me just add that healthcare insurance for counselors has been an implied contract for over 60 years, and to do this is mean. And then this one says, where'd she go? Oh, here she is. She goes, I'm okay with giving up health insurance because I'm afraid of being sued. And then this one says, this would discourage diverse community members from running for council. Good point. And then the annexation of 16 acres north of town between the railroad and Siskiyou 99 for 230 new apartments with 38 affordable units. And this one goes, hey, we got a letter today with 8 complaints from the rogue obstructionists. What about those guys? And then Planning Commissioner Brandon Goldman, here he is, that's pretty much him. Brandon Goldman says, all 8 things that jerk said were wrong. And then there was a presentation. It was pretty good, a little long. But so my summary was that this project is awesome, and they did lots of upgrades and landscaping and energy efficiency plans and traffic studies and all that stuff. And then there's a public forum. So there was a house case manager for poor families, and he was all into this project. And then this one says, I move to approve. And then this one says, we should feel fortunate that this developer persevered and brought this project to us, and that was all approved. And then there was a vote to approve the local election results. It was approved, I guess. All right, and then this guy shows up, and is a public works director, Scott Fleury, showed up, and he said there's a second reading amending the SDCs, the system development charges, so that multi-unit buildings can spread out their SDC charges over the years of building. And that was all approved, and that is the end of the meeting. All right. Longest 5 minutes of your life? I know. You're welcome.